They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Herbert now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. You want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. A gain of 5. And that'll bring up second down.
I think as he began his throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal.
Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
Here we go. We're good. 319, good shot. 135. Easy. No muss. Tonight.
Out of the gun, Fields. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jamison Williams there to make the grab. And the Eagles will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First down and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hunter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That is caught by Hunter. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throw left side complete. That's Hunter. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, River Hogs.
Herbert back to the air. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Herbert off the bootleg. He'll get this out to Tootin. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 9 yards that time. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down the 8-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Eagles' 8-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and...
That's caught. Touchdown. Travis Hunter, a 5-yard touchdown. And the River Hogs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it off it, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Third and 2.
Here we go. You got what?
Now it's Fields. Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title, so they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
Hey, 551, 551. Chip Square. Right.
Barkley is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Here we go. You got it. What? You got it. Out. Hey, Ken. Hey, Ken. Right.
Now Fields on third and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they've always wanted to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
Here we go, sir. 331. Hey, Ken.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll try to do it himself. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
They'll take over. First down and 10.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here first and 10.
Back 80, black. 21.
Herbert off of play action. Open man is Ibuka. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
59.
Here's Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hunter. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
Brings up second and 3.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Turbo, sir.
Back to throw. Fields.
It's complete to Williams. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set.
Oh, the jet sweep to start the drive. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Baylor Tigers. Baylor Tigers.
Herbert. That'll be complete to Harvey. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. R.J. Harvey, 33 yards. And the Riverhogs are an extra point away from drawing level. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. He's got it to Williams. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd down and 3. Now Fields. This one goes out wide for Barkley. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
319, Jesse. Go.
From the gun, here's Fields. It's Williams on the catch. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Fields throwing again. And this one too low. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together to watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, they could repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And again, the run defense stopped this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Let's go. Baylor Tiger.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance. And this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary. And that's a job well done there.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Bashal Tootin,
34 yards.
And the Riverhogs have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now. This wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
The 47-yard line.
Hey, Ken. Here we go. No, Mom. 331, 330. Tonight.
Here's Fields.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Right.
To throw is Fields.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Green 19, guys. Tonight.
Fields now to throw.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go. Good. Out. Move 58. Move 58.
They snap it to Fields.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. This 2nd and 4.
At the Eagles' 47-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll get this down only to about the 46. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
That is caught. The 20, 5, and all the way in for the touchdown. Travis Hunter, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Riverhogs have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. This is caught by McMillan. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Fields.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
It's a gain of 11.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Fields. With the middle, and he finds McMillan.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
17 more yards. That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Now it's Fields. To the right side, hauled in by McMillan. 2nd down in the yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 17-yard line.
Angel. 11. Sit high.
Back to throw again. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Again, Fields.
And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Out, let's go. Go.
All eyes on Fields.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hams team able to secure the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set. Go.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
That's to the left side, taken in by Hunter. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You have everything working in your direction.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Cameron Dicker on for the field goal.
And his kick here is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
You got it. Here we go. Blue 58, blue 58. Sit high.
Back to throw. Fields. And that's caught by Williams.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They need a touchdown, the two-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Easy.
Throwing again on second down. Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.